Welcome to Positively Presidential. As a mom, a sisterhood of Mommy Patriots' first ever national broadcast and meeting. In fact, it may be the first broadcast and meeting of its kind anywhere. Many of you had suggested that we have a national convention or some other meeting. However, because we respect your time and money, we didn't feel that this was the wisest course of action and hope that this meeting is a way for you to meet not only moms locally, but feel connected to moms across the country as well. We would like to thank our hostesses who have graciously found places for you to have this meeting set up and otherwise prepared and invited you. The name for Positively Presidential came from the month. Do you remember when we used to celebrate President Lincoln's birthday on the 12th and George Washington's birthday on the 22nd? Then somewhere they met in the middle to become President's Day. Many of you may be even meeting on President's Day. I'd like to show you one of my favorite paintings by Arnold Freeberg of George Washington praying at Valley Forge. It was created several years ago for the National Day of Prayer. I've always loved this painting because it reminds me of the deep faith that our founders had in our Creator. I urge you to follow President Washington's example and kneel in prayer and talk with your Creator about your problems, our country's problems, and ask Him for His protection and direction. I hope you enjoy the rest of this broadcast. Directors and volunteers from across the country will be addressing you because we are a sisterhood of Mommy Patriots that reaches from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon.
Hi, welcome to As a Mom. I'm Nancy, Director of Special Projects. Lori's asked me to speak to you about the origins of the Sisterhood of the Mommy Patriots. On the Glenn Beck Mother's Challenge show, where a bunch of my friends and other moms were participating, I had decided to tell my story of how I felt alone in my conservative values, opposing big government and irresponsible spending and weak national security, and going to tea parties, feeling like I'd be the only one there, feeling like a total loser, and running into other moms that I already knew from the neighborhood and didn't realize they felt the same way. I thought that that story might encourage some people, not the opposition who's already decided that conservatives are evil and stupid, but the people, average people who feel the way I do about the issues I mentioned and felt like they couldn't stand up and speak up for what they believe because of friends and family and neighbors and strangers who made them feel like they're all alone in feeling this way. Well, I wanted to encourage some people. I joked about possibly getting 10 more people to come to a tea party and bringing a friend. And boy, a lot more than that has happened. Enter Lori and her wonderful idea and the shape of things to come. And those little words of encouragement have blossomed into something I never could have imagined. These people that I'm working with are an amazing source of knowledge and encouragement and inspiration. We are almost 60,000 members strong now at As a Mom. And kudos to Lori, the admin team, all the directors, all the volunteers, and all of you for participating. We have grown roots and sprouted wings at the same time, and we are now a force to be reckoned with. I am your biggest fan and your biggest cheerleader here, and I've always felt that if people who are concerned about their children's future feel encouraged and supported in doing what needs to be done, great things will happen. As a mom, you win.
Hi, I'm Anita, co-founding Vice President of As a Mom, a sisterhood for Mommy Patriots. And as a mother of 8 children, I have many demands made on my time and my resources, as I'm sure many of you find yourselves in similar circumstances. So as I began to become extremely troubled about the changes that I saw occurring in our nation, its laws, and among its elected representatives, I began to wonder how my one voice could be heard and make a difference to effect a positive change and to reset our course for this nation. As I began to wonder about that, my friend Lori gave me the wonderful opportunity to participate in this great organization. And now, As a Mom has provided a way for us as moms to join our voices together to present a united cry for freedom and justice. Each weekday, we select a take action item to which all of us can add our united voice. Besides having that opportunity each weekday, we also have the continuous opportunity to take advantage of the AAM University. Under that button on our internet website, you will find book clubs, discussion groups, researched articles, and a document library. In fact, when I go there, I tend to get lost in there, and I could spend all my time there just educating myself. But we don't want to stop with educating ourselves as individuals. We want to share that knowledge. We want to expand it, to teach it to our children, and to share it with our neighbors and extended family members. So many of us have been taught an abbreviated history of our country, its nation, its founding fathers, and the Constitution. Many of us have been presented with a skewed view of our founding documents and founding fathers, and some of us have just been flat out taught false things. Many of my children have found themselves in history classes where they heard things that just didn't sound quite right, and they came home and asked me about it, and I had to share the truth with them. And I was very disappointed that what they had been taught was in error. So be sure to use our educational resources to share the truth with others and to invite others to come join with us in our united stance for freedom and justice. Please invite them to come be modern-day minute moms, moms who are armed with knowledge, armed with the understanding of the issues and how to make a positive change to bring our country back to its roots, to its values, and its traditions of truths. As a mom, we are the difference between the life and death of our nation. As a mom, we are the influences for good that can affect the positive change our nation needs at this time of crisis.